Hello, friends. It's me, Christiana Gaudet, your tarot fairy godmother, and I'm here with a very special rant. This is a rant inspired by an email. The email is from Quinquilharius Renata. Many of you know her. She wrote an email just to get my opinion on something. What she didn't know is that years ago, and if you dig through on this channel, you'll find it, I used to do a series here called Answers to Your Questions About Tarot, where people would email me a question about tarot and I'd make a video in answer. So let's do that some more. If you have a question about tarot, go ahead and email me. So here is the email that Renata sent. I'm sending this email because I keep seeing readers on TikTok and YouTube using terms like twin flame, karmic connection, soulmate, divine counterpart, etc. And I would like to know if in your experience such things exist, or are they just words people throw around to attract clients? And the title of this email, the subject line reads, Tarot Terminology on the Internet. So Renata Quinquilharius, thank you so much for sending this email and thanks for asking this question. I really, really appreciate it. I think it's an important topic for us to discuss. So I really hate it that people are starting to associate that kind of jargon specifically with tarot readers, but I understand why. There are many people, tarot readers and not tarot readers, who believe in this concept. And what's the concept? The concept is that there is some preordained relationship. A person who has been chosen for you. Perhaps it's a past life connection. Perhaps it is, I think Pythagoras theorized that souls might be split apart and then those two halves of a soul have to find each other, and that is that karmic love relationship. So this concept certainly has been talked about literally for centuries. Have I seen in my work psychically that there is any evidence that these things actually exist? No, I've seen no evidence of that. But you know what I have seen? I've seen evidence that we in the spiritual community and we in the divination community, when we lean into these concepts, we do harm to people. I cannot tell you if such a thing really exists, because I've never seen it. It could. I don't know. But I know that thinking about it, talking about it, suggesting that it exists, I think can be really harmful, speaking especially from the perspective of divination. And here's why. Imagine you're in an abusive relationship and you go to a tarot reader and that tarot reader tells you that the person you're with is your destined partner, your soulmate. You have to make this relationship work because it is spiritually ordained that it should be. So now you're stuck in this relationship. Suppose you meet someone and you're in the beginning of the relationship and you got that new energy, that new relationship energy going on. And you know what that energy feels like, right? We've felt it. We know it is so delicious and so compelling. It feels spiritual. There's a reason we spiritualize this, because it feels spiritual. So imagine you're in the frenzy of the new relationship. You go to the tarot reader and the tarot reader says, oh yes, this is it. But 3 months later, it wears off and you're like, not really feeling it. Now what are you going to do? Because you have been told that you're supposed to believe that this is the person you're going to be with for the rest of your life, and you don't even want to have dinner with them next week. What to do with it then? Suppose you're a person in a very happy relationship and that relationship is lost due to an accident, an illness, whatever. And you have been told that this is your soulmate and you only get one. And so now you believe you are destined to live the rest of your life without a special partnership because you only get one, and that one, unfortunately, can't be with you. I really believe that when we talk about spiritual belief systems, none of them are provable. So you got to choose a belief system that resonates for you, that feels like it could be true, But why would you choose one that's harmful? I think one reason that people choose this kind of a belief system, the idea that there is a destined partner for you, and you must find that destined partner, and that's the deal. I think people like to believe this because it absolves them from the work and responsibility of finding, choosing, and maintaining healthy relationships. I think a lot of times people just want to give up that responsibility. Really, our happiness in relationships is very much up to us. We have to do the work. We have to make ourselves ready for relationship. We have to find a person that we feel like we can be with. We have to vet that person, and then we're responsible for what happens in the relationship. And, you've probably heard me say that one thing I have discovered to be true in almost 30 years of professional tarot reading, love is incredibly unpredictable. Why? Because love is a choice we must make every day. And it's going to be hard to predict if these people, assuming it's a two-person relationship, that these two people are going to make that same decision. I choose love, I choose you every single day for the next 50 years. There's a lot to predict there. So I feel like love in a lot of ways is hard to predict. I also feel that tarot can be incredibly helpful in relationships, in encouraging us in our dating, in teaching us to make good decisions, and in helping us communicate with our partners. Tarot is very, very helpful when it comes to relationships. But what's not helpful is sort of saying, oh yes, you have a soulmate and you'll meet your soulmate in October. So then whatever freaking slob this person meets in October, they're going to be like, oh, it's my soulmate. And you can see how very harmful and wrong and disingenuous this whole thing is. So what do I say to the couple who has been together for a long time and they refer to each other as each other's twin flame, as each other's soulmate? What do I say to them? Congratulations. That is fabulous. If that's how you see and talk about your relationship together, that is beautiful. I wish you nothing but happiness. However, to the tarot reader who wants to talk to people about finding their soulmate and their twin flame and all of that, I want to say you're doing a lot more harm than good. Now, when we look at the tarot deck itself, is there any sort of reference to this? Let's say in the weight deck. And I will say that the Lovers, Major Arcana 6, certainly carries the archetype of the syzygy, the divine couple. But if you think about the archetype of the syzygy, the divine couple, let's think about divine couples in history and fiction. They usually don't have great outcomes. Likewise, when we think about the Lovers card in tarot, it can talk about making a decision. It can talk about integration. What do you choose to have in your life? It can talk about your relationship with a lot of things. It's not really a terribly romantic card. So I'm not here to tell you what you should believe, but I will tell you very clearly that if you are reading tarot for others in any context or venue, and you are saying things to them that could cause them to make decisions in their lives that are not to their benefit, you're doing harm. And, I think most of us here are here because we want to help, not harm. All right, that's my rant. Let me know what you think. Renata, thanks for the question. Anyone else, you want to send me a question? Please do. I'll be happy to answer it. Thanks so much.